This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 597 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for February 6th, 2024. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another show. We are glad to have you here. We got tons and tons of content to cover. We got Mardi Gras stuff. We got birthday stuff. We got more stuff. But I'm not going to tell you all this stuff by myself. No. I am your host today, but I'm not alone. Joining me, I have Lee.
This week's show is going to be epic.
Spoiler
Hello,
alert.
everyone.
Also joined by Tracy.
Hello, everyone.
And last but not least, we got Michelle.
Hello, everybody.
How are we all doing?
I'm sad
So good.
that I wasn't at Mardi Gras this weekend, but whatever, you know.
I said
was
we
only
could
like-
go.
We couldn't go.
There was only like 18 producers there.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
I offered to go by myself, but, you know, he said no. I don't know.
Ignore him next time. Just go.
I usually do.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah. I won't get into it too much, but honestly, a really good Mardi Gras year. So
It looks it. So much food.
Yeah, we were just
So much
watching
food that I would eat.
the Pew 2's video before we started recording. It does look a good year.
yeah,
Still go.
we'll get into that.
Yes.
But let's kick off this episode with some Producers Club birthdays. Tracy.
Yeah, we'll throw a couple in there straight off. These are belated ones, so let's start off with those. We're very sorry that this one got missed. I mean, no prize for guessing who missed it, but, you know. So on February the 5th, it was the one and only Kurt Gumbar's birthday. Hope you had a great one, Kurt. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
For some reason, his birthday ended up later in February on my dock, so,
so
that's why
yeah.
I missed it for some reason.
Aw.
Sorry, Kurt.
Yeah. And we've got a new member who's just joined us. And on August the 15th, it was Lynn Sikulski's birthday. Happy birthday, Lynn!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Lynn.
Happy birthday, Lynn.
I hope you had a lovely birthday and welcome aboard.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it for now.
And I think they get extra slices of cake because they're belated, right?
Absolutely. All
Yeah.
round.
Maybe.
If you eat enough cake, you will be round. Like me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's back. All right. So we do have some correction and additions to the Mardi Gras concerts. So on episode 595, we told you about the Mardi Gras concerts for this year, and somehow we left two off the list. But also, there has been a change to the lineup. So here's the full list. February 3rd, we have Walker Hayes, which was just the other day, who played, this past weekend. Then on February 10th, we have the All-American Rejects. February 17th, we have Nessa Barrett replacing Ellie King. February 18th, we have Casey and the Sunshine Band. February 24th, Bare Naked Ladies. March 2nd, Mr. Another One, DJ Khaled. March 9th, Ava Max. March 10th, Queen Latifah. March 16th, Louis Fonsi. And March 17th, Zed to end off the concert lineup.
So I said when we recorded this that I thought there was
You
10,
did?
and you were like, oh, there's only 8. So somehow, when I've put those in and I've edited like the doc, it took 2 off, but 2 random ones in the middle. I don't understand how
Yeah.
it happened. But yeah, DJ Khaled and Queen Latifah were the 2 we left off.
Do you think they've ended with Zed on purpose?
I mean, that would be the perfect end to the concert series.
I wouldn't mind seeing Queen Latifah.
You had see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, DJ Khaled, I think, would be pretty fun. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
I
just a big online joke of himself, which I
Yeah.
love.
Oh.
I know it's going to get crowded for that one for sure.
Probably.
I think Casey and the Sunshine Band would be a really fun set to see.
Yes.
Everybody would be singing along to that.
And in
Yeah.
01, and I'm not going to do it because I normally do, but I'm not.
Good.
Did you see Walker Hayes, Chris?
We saw him as we were walking out. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Not huge fans, but it was good. It was pretty crowded. And music sounded good. We were there throughout the day when they were doing sound checks, and when he came on, it was good. So no complaints there, but just not big fans.
When there's a concert going on, is the rest of the park still open? And if so, is the rest of the park pretty dead?
Should we not be saving this for later?
Yeah, let's do that later during.
I don't know. We're talking about concerts, so I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking about Mardi Gras later.
Yeah, Michelle, we'll get to that.
Alrighty.
But before we do that, I'm still a little bit hungry. I still kind of want some more cake. Tracy,
Yes.
could you give us a few more birthdays, please?
Yes, let's have another couple of flavours of cake. We have birthday twins, actually, on February the 7th, which is the day after the podcast comes out. And that would be the gorgeous Sally Brush's birthday. Happy birthday, Sally!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And twinning with the one and only Jordan Melvin's birthday. Happy birthday, Jordan!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Jordan.
Feliz cumpleaños, buddy.
Yay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Hope you had great days. Lots of cake, as usual.
Mm-hmm.
I need to just say that at the end, I think. That's going to have to evolve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll put on a shirt.
Yeah.
All right. So we are foregoing little things. Sorry, Kayla. Also, congratulations, Kayla.
Yes, for definite.
Yes, she posted online. So congratulations to her on an adoption process that she's going through.
Yeah.
So
Very excited
for you.
Yeah.
And we're also foregoing a Which Stick Gets Your Lick this
Ooh.
week.
Which means Chris
Also-
isn't going to get to hear the theme tune for another 2 weeks.
Nope. I heard it. I did hear it. John pulled me to the side, says,
That's what
here
she
you go. Put the headphones on me. I think Becky even recorded me listening to it, and I was in a little bit in tears, just cracking up. That was fantastic.
John, you and I are going to have words because I wanted Chris's official first reaction on the show, and now it's gone.
Yeah. There's a video
sorry.
recording of it, so you're more than welcome to watch
It's not
that.
the
But
same.
that
I wasn't
was
there. I don't care.
freaking hilarious.
Oh, yeah, it's
that
awesome.
was,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And I think one other thing there, Jenna had mentioned to him another variation of that song, but I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
Okay.
It's hilarious. I can tell you right now, her thing that she came up with, I believe, was a Nickelodeon riff on it. So it's like lick, 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 which to get your lick. Like that would have been.
Okay.
Oh my god.
John heard that. He goes, well, you could have saved me a lot of trouble if you told me that before.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jenna, thank you for sending pictures and make me very jealous.
Yes.
No, it was very
Yeah.
nice to get some pictures in my DM.
Slid into those DMs. So last week, Universal Orlando revealed more details. I'd say a lot of details-ish about the thing we have all been waiting for, Epic Universe, which, according to the press release, quote, will present a level of theme park immersion and innovation that is unmatched, transporting guests to expansive worlds featuring more than 50 awe-inspiring attraction, entertainment, dining, and shopping experiences that come together to create an unforgettable adventure that is nothing short of epic.
I will say that I know I've been kind of down on this with like operations and stuff because I'm like, you can't even sort your own park out. And that's everything that has come out. All the videos we've seen of this, I couldn't care less how the operations for this thing go. It looks amazing.
Yes.
The same.
So good.
The same. It was actually very emotional. I was like, we know a bunch about the park already. We've seen pictures, but watching it on video was just so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we know from Volcano Bay that you see the concept art. And that's more or less what you're going to get as well.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
know what? That concept art, I want that framed and all around my house.
No, it's that
beautiful.
That model that Mark Woodbury was stood in front of. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That scale model of the entire park. You know that's going to be in the.
That's got to be
preview
going
center.
in the Legacy store, not the Legacy store,
Preview
the
center.
preview center.
Yeah.
Yeah, for definite.
I'm
We
sure
need-
they'll
we
send
need
us
to
a
see
few of
that.
them for like media packages. We'll be good.
You mean like the Kronos that we got? Yeah.
Yeah, I want that too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave us a lot of info about the entrance and hub area of Epic, which is
Celestial Park with acres of rolling gardens, chasing waterways, and strolling pathways. Celestial Park puts the park back in theme park. As soon as guests enter the imaginative world, they'll embark on a journey of discovery, thrills, and excitement as they wander through lush living gardens, nestled along shimmering waters, surrounded by stunning architecture inspired by astronomical and mythological elements. Here, guests can relax while taking in the sights and sounds around them, board a shooting comet for an exhilarating roller coaster adventure, dine on delectable cuisine, shop exclusive merchandise to commemorate their visit, and more. Plus, Celestial Park will be the gateway to explore the 4 additional worlds of Epic Universe, each bringing to life extraordinary adventures that go beyond guests' wildest imaginations.
And this looks
Amazing.
Yeah, you could spend
Beautiful.
a day just in Celestial Park hanging out. I tell you what it reminded me, I said this to Tracy the other day, the new area that they've opened up in Epcot with the lights kind of shining around, and it reminded me a little bit of that. And apparently Epcot have been using the park back in theme park thing. It looked gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be so pretty at night.
It really is. And you all know how much I love like green spaces, and I'm quite excited for this.
Yeah.
And this is just
Which-
like the hub.
It was interesting though, because like watching the video, and maybe I'm just in my brain, I'm not piecing it together properly, but normally you think of like an entranceway where you kind of come in, there's nothing there, but this feels like that, but it's an actual land.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. It has a roller
It's a roller
coaster. in it.
coaster. Yeah, that alone kind of throws
And
it
a
off as being
carousel.
just an entrance, which I
Right.
think is awesome.
Mhm.
Like, you know, we always talk on this show, and Tracy is a huge proponent of spending more time at the entrance of islands. And this is almost a way of like forcing people to do that in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you're gonna stay in this area a bit longer. And how crazy is that, just to have an opening area, have a roller coaster? Like normally you put the good stuff in the back so you make your guests walk all the way through your park. Nope, slap you in the face right here.
Yep.
And it's one of those that makes me wish they'd pump a bit of money into studios. I've said for a long time that the entrance into studios is kind of compared to port of entry at islands, and then what this is going to be there. And even the walkway into Volcano Bay, studios is kind of flat a little bit. I wish they'd give that an identity now, because obviously when you walked in it, the identity was studios.
Yeah.
But that isn't really there anymore, and it needs its own identity now to stand shoulder to shoulder with these 3 other parks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. I can agree with that.
So one of the biggest draws in Celestial Park will be Starfall Races, a dual-launched racing coaster that sends guests rocketing through all the skies, just the one, through the skies aboard comets in a race to see who's the fastest of them all. Reaching speeds of up to 62 miles an hour and heights of up to 133 feet along 5,000 feet of track, Starfall Races will be Epic Universe's most thrilling coaster experience with unique maneuvers such as the Celestial Spin, in which the 2 coaster vehicles perform an inverted crisscross while speeding through the air, creating an out-of-this-world adrenaline rush. I wonder if that's like on Duel and Dragons where one went over the other.
An
And your feet
inverted
need to-
criss. Yeah, it sounds like
But
it.
upside down.
Yeah, yeah.
So you look and you say, ooh,
Okay.
a bit more
Crisscross
scary.
applesauce.
Celestial Park is all about the heavens, you know, and on Starfall Races, you're physically riding the embodiment of a comet, says Celestial Park's executive producer, Adam Rivest.
Oh, Adam Rivest. We've interviewed him.
Old friend. While it's a giant and looks really intimidating at first, it's designed to feel like an old wooden coaster, but smooth as a button. So you'll rise up in your seat and get those zero-G feels. Awesome.
Ooh.
Although there are a couple of signature moves in there, most of the 1.8 mile track is side-by-side race between 2 comets to see who gets to the end first, he adds, with no break zones, by the way.
Wow.
Interesting. Riding at night will be an attraction in itself because the coaster is covered with hundreds of points of light. The vehicles look like shooting comets racing across the sky. That's pretty cool. And although I can't give this Easter egg away just yet, just know that there's a gift for true Universal fans on the back of each coaster. Truly out of time. Oh, I wonder what that could be.
Jurassic Park. This sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm very excited
Mhm.
for this.
It does.
And it kind of goes back to what the original plan for Rip Ride Rocket was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because originally when Rip Ride Rocket was going in, they were going to take it out over City Walk and it would have had a separate entrance, so they could have kept it open after Universal Studios Florida closed So you could have paid to ride it, so you could have just rocked up at City Walk at like 10 o'clock and it would have been open to go and ride. This is kind of that incarnation of we're going to put it's not in the land, it's just in the hub and crack on. But what I'm going to be interested to find out, and these are the details I'm looking forward to, is we still don't know how ticketing is going to work for this park. Are you going to have to pay a ticket to get into Celestial Park? Or is that just like City Walk? And then are you going to have to pay separately to get into each land? That's an interesting thing that we still don't really know. But this sounds amazing.
That is a good point there, because, I mean, you don't have a City Walk over here at this park. So you don't have that kind of exiting the park and hanging out and doing that kind of stuff.
It's effectively this. Celestial Park is kind of the entrance to the park, City Walk, all kind of rolled into one. Yeah. But no break zones, a dueling coaster. I wonder, I hope, because it doesn't say it, I hope it's that there is a randomness to who wins. I hope it is an actual race.
Yeah, me too. So we can just fight about that all the time.
I mean, awesome. You and Alexa, and that'll be it. You'll be riding each one, and whoever wins buys them. You know, like you do on Men in Black.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that'll be you and Alexa.
I'm gonna have an empty pocket.
This is the fourth gate. Like the park itself, Epic is the fourth gate.
Yeah.
So I don't think that Celestial Park is going to be like the City Walk. I think it's the hub of the park, kind of like the castle is the hub of Magic Kingdom. You know, I can't imagine they would have people be able to just get into Celestial Park and then have to pay separately to get into each hub. That doesn't make much sense.
I mean, the rumors kicking around is that whether you have to pay to get into Celestial Park or not, I don't know, but they are talking about separate tickets for each land, is what we've heard.
Isn't Celestial Park supposed to lead up to the hotel?
Yeah.
So that was all, from the beginning they've said that is then going to be open for guests to use on an evening.
It's weird. It's like whether, I don't know, I'm sure you'd be... Anyway, we'll don't
find
know.
Out.
So
I would think that would be the private entrance, like for the people that stay at the hotel. I don't think that just anybody's going to be able to walk up to the hotel without it, kind of like at California Adventure with Grand Californian. Like it's got its own entrance, but
I don't know. Anyway,
we'll find out.
We will. It's just interesting, is it? Because we have no idea how it's going to work. But yeah, I'm all for a dueling coaster.
Yeah,
I can pretty much say just from training, like travel agency wise, they haven't said what the tickets are going to be, but just from the language and the verbiage that's been used thus far, I believe it's just going to be its own park. Like Epic will be a gate. Because then it'll be, instead of a 3-park ticket, you can have a 4-park ticket. There's like no way for them to sell a multiple ticket that you have to have different tickets for each land.
It seemed like a backward step to me. And then they're going to find that one land probably doesn't perform as well as the others.
You're going to find that out regardless. Because there's no circular around the park. You go into an area and back out of an area.
Yeah, but people are actually having to pay separately as well. They would definitely find out. Whereas you're not paying, you've got all of it. You've got to go into all the areas.
It will be interesting.
You know, and
anyway.
And a dueling coaster. So we're going to have are you fire, are you ice scenario all over again. People have got to have a favorite side to ride.
See, now that you mentioned that, though, I mean, so Rip Ride Rocket originally was supposed to have like that ability to ride the roller coaster outside of the theme park.
Yeah.
Right. But the difference there, as opposed to this, and then obviously they could announce more stuff later on, but you know, that's with the basis of, hey, we're going to go to City Walk.
Yes.
We're going to go do this stuff, right? Because there's activities and food and, you know, shopping, all that stuff there. Hey, let's go ride a roller coaster.
Yeah,
Whereas
exactly.
as here, it doesn't have that full kind of, you know, it's a theme park. And I don't see it being a thing where it's like, okay, the park's closing, but you can be out in this little area here and ride the roller coaster. I don't know. It's just
because they're going to want to push people back to City Walk. They're not going to want to.
That's what I'm thinking.
They're not going to want to pull people from that.
I would love another City Walk. That'd be fantastic.
If I was staying in that hotel, I wouldn't be wanting to schlep all the way over to City Walk.
I think that's you going to have to keep people in there. For the people who are staying at Terra Luna and Stella Nova and the Helios, you're going to want to keep them there. You're not going to want to go back over to City Walk to eat. Get a bus.
Why? It's just as long of a bus ride as it is from Endless Summer.
Yeah, but
it's not like it's 20 minutes away like you are at Disney.
Yeah, but if you're staying in those 3 on-site hotels, you're not going to want to trek up to Universal Orlando to eat. You're going to want to stay there. It's different if
Why?
you're staying because why wouldn't you?
Also, if
I
I'm
stay at all of the hotels and I still go to City Walk.
Yeah, because you don't have a choice right now. If you were staying down by Epic Universe, I don't think you would want to get on a bus and go over to City Walk when you've got a theme park
Isn't it
with
near-
restaurants on your doorstep. Think you have to go
that's
up
my
there.
point. Is I don't know. I couldn't imagine that Universal would want to pull business away from City Walk currently by having a second City Walk. So
Well,
if they don't have a second City Walk, then yeah, you have to go.
I think you'd have to. I mean, I'm just thinking about it from a person perspective or people perspective.
Uh-huh.
So they want to bring all these guests in here for longer, periods of time.
Uh-huh.
I think on the video they announced like, oh, you're
A week.
week-long destination, right? Yeah. So that's more people. And as is right now, City Walk is pretty congested.
Very
It
true.
really is.
Yeah,
so if
you're
you
right.
bring in this other resort theme park, which that whole space, including the hotel, is the same footprint as both parks and all the resorts put together, you couldn't send those people to
No,
City Walk because you
that's a
just
good
have
point.
shoulder to shoulder, right? So I think Lee, you got a point where you do want to keep them around. Now, whether they create a whole City Walk,
I mean, there's
that I
options
don't
there.
know.
There's options here,
Right.
which we're going to talk about later as far as
Yeah.
food and stuff goes.
But if I can just jump in, Helios is not going to be a cheap hotel.
No, God, no.
It's going to
Oh,
be
no.
the highest
No,
end
I've already
we've
opened a
seen.
savings account for it.
Yeah. And
You
And if
might
I'm-
look into remortgaging.
if I'm staying in a hotel and I'm paying top dollar, I want things to do while I'm there. So I would expect an area to be
Yeah.
available to me for
Which
that
we're going
kind
to
of
talk
money.
about it
Yeah.
as we
Okay.
get through. So, yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
that's
But again, that coaster looks amazing.
Excited.
And it's not a super intense coaster, which for me, who the sort of motion sick here, that makes me go, cool, that's something I could probably ride quite comfortably quite a few times.
Constellation Carousel, the grand centerpiece of Celestial Park. Here, explorers of all ages will take a fantastical whirl aboard constellations that glide forward, backward, and even make 360-degree rotations through the Milky Way in a choreographed dance of music and starlight. This beautiful carousel has a wonderful spin to it, quite literally. It may seem like a traditional carousel with an array of celestial creatures to choose from, but as it goes round and round, the creatures are also turning 360 degrees, making you feel like you're caught within the Milky Way, riding on constellations through the galaxy. Pretty cool. Now, quote, Constellation Carousel is the most enchanting carousel ever made, says Director of Facility Design for Universal Creative, Gabriella Lander. Quote, the design, the colors and tones, the dome that will cover it, well, all the elements used in this experience are the perfect combination to create a unique moment while enjoying Epic. The traditional carousel of our childhood is being redefined by the stars. This ride is also covered in hundreds of points of starlight, creating a breathtaking cosmic ambience.
What I'm loving about what they're talking about with a lot of this so far is how different the park's going to be during the day and at night, because I love that transition between night and day. I love it at Islands and I love it at Studios, and this is like they're really leaning heavily into that light package that we've
I
complained for
love a light
years.
package.
That Islands isn't open late enough to take advantage of the light package on Hulk and Kong and stuff like that. And it looks like we're finally going to get that with Epic Universe, and I love the leaning into the universe part of Universal finally. Because this,
Yes.
I'm not a huge carousel fan. This sounds pretty cool. It
I
kind
love
of
carousel.
expect it to be something along the lines of, Michelle, I'm not sure whether you've ridden it, Alien Swirling Saucers at Hollywood Studios, like that kind
Yeah,
of
it looks-
thing.
Yeah.
The track
Mhm.
track looks like that.
It looks cool.
Yeah. It's more fun than a standard carousel. Like
Uh-huh.
it's almost more like a less intense version of why can I not think of the name?
Teacups. Stormforce.
Stormforce, yes.
Everything's less intense than Stormforce.
When you're riding it with Tracy, that is.
That's true.
Yeah. Chris, do you ride the carousel ever?
Yeah, sometimes. Especially recently, like now that we
Yes.
we brought my niece a couple times. But even prior to that, I'll if somebody goes, yo, let's hop on carousel, I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah. But you wouldn't, it was not something you're in, like, oh, I can't wait to get on the carousel.
No, not like that. No, this looks fun. This looks
Yeah.
different. So
It's absolutely gorgeous,
the
isn't it? I'm
light-
just looking at it.
The light package and everything on it's gonna be stunning at night. It really is.
Yeah.
I hope there's
Yeah.
music playing as well that kind of leans. I imagine Space Mountain music playing when you're on
It
it.
does look Space Mountain.
Yeah.
looking at the architecture of it, it's now I'm not talking the football team before anybody jumps here, but it looks very much like the old Crystal Palace. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's in the Magic Kingdom. It's where you can do the character breakfast with Pooh and them.
But it's beautiful, built with all the glass
Yeah, I
and
know it
everything,
is.
and it just it just screams. It looks like a Tiffany lamp. Actually, the more I look at it,
I never
it's
believed
absolutely gorgeous.
this part of the park was going to be as picturesque as it looks like it's going to be.
Right?
Did you know there's a virtual walkthrough of Celestial Park?
Is there?
Oh,
I'm literally scrolling through it right now. It's freaking amazing.
Okay, that will be something
Let me
we'll
send
be
it to you
having a
right
look at.
now.
Awesome. Moving on, Astronomica is, of course, because it wouldn't be a theme park without an interactive wet play area
of
that
course.
also doubles as a giant compass rose to the many wonders of Epic Universe, featuring crystal blue fountains that spring to life and dance around guests. And make sure you stop by at night, too, as Astronomica comes alive with light, colour and music. Awesome. Awesome. I'm just going to go for the night.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'll be there with you.
Yeah,
Who doesn't like kids love a water play area? I don't know, kids love getting soaked, don't they?
I like watching kids get soaked, especially when it's not my own.
We took the kids to Gateland when they were like little, and honestly, they had more fun paddling through that bloody wet play area at the entrance than they did in the rest of the park.
I have never seen those kids so wet. And at one point, I was going, "How are we going to get them dry?" And Lee just went,
Who cares? Yeah. But having water in a park as well just gives it that kinetic energy.
Very
Yeah.
much so.
Whether you spend a lot of time in Toon Lagoon, just walking through it, it has a different energy than anywhere else in Islands of Adventure because of that.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on hot days, whether you're in the water getting wet or you're looking at it, it's got a cooling effect.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Agreed. An array of unique dining experiences ranging from full-service restaurants to quick-service locations that offer something for every palate, including Atlantic, a full-service surf and turf restaurant set inside a Victorian aquarium, complete with the captivating views of Celestial Park.
Yes.
Nestled in the middle of Celestial Park, Atlantic is Chef Martinez's Precious Gem. The restaurant is surrounded by the shimmering waters of Neptune's pool and has floor-to-ceiling Victorian glass walls. It gives our guests the illusion of dining in an out-of-this-world glass aquarium, says Chef Martinez. The name probably already gave it away, but you'll be able to find the freshest seafood and typical and not so typical surf and turf options on the menu. Table for one, please.
Table for 5, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or more.
It looks awesome. Again,
I'm
it's just
so excited for this.
amazing. Like, just a completely unique dining experience. What I'm loving about a lot of this as well, like I know I've said it about Disney before with their hotels and stuff that like everyone's clamoring, why haven't we got a Harry Potter hotel? And it's like, I love that Universal, in a world where, as far as theme parks go now, everything's IP. You look at the lands we're going to talk about, they're all IP. The days of getting something that's completely in-house created as far as a theme park attraction or land in a big park like Universal or Disney is gone.
Little sad.
Yeah, it is. But then they're still finding ways to do it. And this is Celestial Park is Universal's way of, we're going to give you these IPs that you know, but then we're going to create this amazing central hub that's all from our minds, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I think, like I said to Tracy for a while, going back to Universal now, I don't get those emotions like I used to. And it's not because I don't love it, it's because it's familiar now.
It's like going into town.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like just like going to that place where it's home.
It's home.
Yeah.
I think going to Epic Universe is going to give me those feels that I did the first time I walked into
100%.
Islands of Adventure after starting the podcast, and I was flooding tears because it's just going to be sensory overload first and foremost, I think.
I think we're all going to be crying this time, and I don't cry.
I've noticed that.
Me either.
Both, yeah.
If
Uh-huh.
Tracy and I shed a tear, then job well done. guys.
Yeah.
Job well done.
Yeah, that's how you know. Even I can get Chris to tear up. I can't get either of these two. When we said bye after that, when was it? Must have been the last weekender, and I was bawling my eyes out. And Alexa could just come over and put her hand on my shoulder, and that was it. I was away. And I gave Chris a hug, and I was and she was like, even Chris nearly started blubbering. Then Chris never cries.
We were trying to say goodbye. You're like, no. You're like, no, can't do it.
We did say goodbye about 7 times though over the course of a week, didn't we?
We always do.
That's
Because
normal,
Chris and
though.
Alexa don't go home. Anyway, yeah. I'm excited to try this.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. And just having that view out of the park. So it's, again, different experience during the day, different experience at night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just have to go twice, guys.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'm down for that.
Get that Park Vacations credit card warmed up because it's going to get some hammer.
Oh, right. This is a restaurant that I'm extremely excited about, and it looks stunning. This is the Blue Dragon Pan Asian restaurant. Big surprise. I'm excited for this. It says, where diners take a culinary journey across Asia as they enjoy authentic Chinese, Japanese and Thai fare in this full-service restaurant accented with neon dragons and ethereal lanterns. Just like to say, why no Korean? Korean food's amazing. Anyway, carrying on. Blue Dragon is a legitimate flavour bomb. Staying true to the electric neon dragons that snake the interior of the dining room, the restaurant has a vibrant and delectable menu. Our guests will have the chance to enjoy flavours from China, Southeast Asia and Japan, all while dining under the constellations as lanterns dance overhead in this beautiful indoor courtyard, says Chef Martinez. Gorgeous. If you need a break from the bustling environment, grab a seat at the Cozy Tiger Bar for a drink or two.
Guess where you'll find Chris and Alexa.
And me.
Save me a spot for one, please.
Strongwater Tavern's just got a strong competitor.
So,
Southeast Asia, is Korea classed as Southeast Asia?
Yes.
So it could be some Korean stuff.
There's a lot of crossovers with stuff.
So this looks like it could be very much... I love the Mexico Pavilion at Epcot, that outdoor-indoor thing. So you're indoor, but it feels like you're outdoor. I expect this to feel very similar.
I do hope... Yeah. I'm just looking at the artist's... Rendering. And it's like, hopefully they will have like the foliage that they've got in there because they have actual Asian trees.
They will do.
Which I know that they do in Epcot, so I know they're available there.
Well, we know a lot of the...
With little touches like that do sell something.
A lot of the creative team will have also worked on Universal Beijing, so they will know Asia pretty well.
Oh, yes.
We know at least 2.
Hi, guys. And I just need to say that neon dragon out the front is so tattooable. I'm itching for one at the moment. It's like, that would look so good.
The more you look at it, the more it feels like its own Epcot. It's not Epcot, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like you watch that walkthrough video, it kind of feels like it's got different areas themed to sort of different. So you've got Atlantic, which is Atlantic, then the Pan-Asian there, and then other bits are more like park. It'll probably, the actual sort of park that they're talking about will probably have influences from all around the world, which I'm quite excited about.
Yeah.
We'll probably get some French stuff in the Harry Potter area.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
We haven't got that yet.
I mean, the other thing I like about it is the layout is very different from, kind of like what you were mentioning from like the traditional park.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't feel, this whole area, including the hotel and Celestial Park, doesn't feel like a theme park. It feels like a little city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Disney Springs if Disney Springs had more like trees and gardens and stuff.
This feels complete. It almost feels like stumbling across the portal is going to be like, I forgot that was there.
I think that's the
because
point,
Celestial
isn't it?
Park is just going to be so, what's the word? All-encompassing and not claustrophobic,
your focus
but you're
is going
be,
to be on everything there.
It's going to be its own bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
It's almost like they had 30 years of practice to figure out how to make a park that's well-rounded.
Right.
It's like you look like Diagon Alley was kind of the test bed for this, wasn't it? Having an entire, having a land encompassed in itself off the main park. And it's not something we've really seen before. I suppose Galaxy's Edge is a little bit like that as well, that it's not in the main park. You've got to go through that tunnel to get there.
I mean, it's kind of like Magic Kingdom, but Magic Kingdom does have you don't have to go back to the hub to get around. Disneyland in California is kind of like that, though.
It's weird for people who are used to visiting theme parks to get their head round that you can't just go from land to land to land. You've got to go in and come back out.
Yeah.
If Chris won't be able to find his way in or out.
It's
Yeah,
Disneyland
we
is
lost
much
in the
more like
parking
that.
lot, all right?
Yeah.
I love the portal idea. I mean, it's almost kismet that I named my travel agency Port Key
Yes.
Vacations.
Yes.
Such a
Did you say
perfect
Portal
time.
Key Vacation?
Portly should
Isn't
have
that
been,
kind
yeah.
of perfect?
Yeah.
Moving on, additional must-eat locations within Celestial Park include at the Oak and Star Tavern,
Let's go.
where guests
Yes.
can enjoy savoury barbecue. Yes, please.
I'm in.
Pizza Moon, which will serve up a tasty menu featuring a variety of pizza and more. I mean, yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
There's
That's a lot of food options
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
one little area. Like one, this is just one area of the park so far.
But this is what goes back to us talking about the whole City Walk thing, that they want to keep people in there on a night as well. This is like a mini City Walk, kind of. Which
Let's just hope they keep it open later than they do the other two.
I think they'll have
parks.
to, because like, as we've said, the Helios Hotel is going to have, it's kind of an offshoot of the hotel, so I would expect them, if not for day guests, at least people in the hotel will have
Yeah.
access to Celestial Park till quite late, I would think.
No, I mean, just reading this and again, just kind of looking at the overview of this, it really does feel like it's not like they're trying to make another city walk, but they're making an area to keep these guests here
Yes.
and not send them over to City Walk.
Yeah.
I will say some of these restaurants, based off of what you can see from the hotel, it's going to probably be more expensive, like more of an upscale experience.
I think the
But
two,
it's cool.
yeah,
It's
Atlantic
different.
and the Atlantic and the whatever the dragon one's called, I think
Blue Dragon.
they'll be upscale. I
Yeah.
expect them to be,
Yeah.
like a Palm, maybe not quite as expensive as the Palm.
Maybe not. I hope not.
No.
And this obviously isn't going to be anywhere near as large as City Walk. So it's going to be more like a village walk.
Yes.
And it's,
Bum, bum.
no, but also, woo! But with how leafy it is, it's going to feel like a village. It's going to have a
it's
village
amazing.
feel.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this. This isn't
So
even
you're
the
saying
actual
we're going to be the village
park.
people?
I mean, you take that however you want to take that, Chris. If you want to get dressed up as a cowboy, crack on.
Celestial Park will also be home to the incredibly detailed retail locations, including the Nintendo Superstar Store, where guests can shop an assortment of merchandise themed to Super Nintendo World.
Really? I was going to call it the Super Nintendo store. The Nintendo Superstar store is going to sell Super Nintendo World stuff.
Oh, I'll buy more if I have to.
Whatever.
I'm just glad they kept the Nintendo World, just because everybody just puts the word world after any
Yeah.
land
Yeah.
instead of... Yeah. They're like, just go with it. So founded by explorers that have been on multiple excursions into Super Nintendo World, this store is filled with colorful keepsakes themed around Nintendo's beloved characters.
I hope they have some exclusive stuff that's not found in Hollywood and not found in Japan.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. It's kind of
How about a
weird, isn't it?
Nintendo cooling towel.
I find it quite
Yeah.
weird that this is like the signature park in Universal Orlando's portfolio, and they're getting a land that's already in two other parks. I do find that a bit strange.
I don't, because they're very popular lands and there's a lot of excitement for
I'm
them.
sure
And
there
it's
is.
and it's bringing that excitement already being there.
But you would want that to... But if I was opening that park, if I was Universal, I would want every land to be new to everyone, and it isn't. You're going to have a lot of people who are going to go into Super Nintendo World who have potentially already been to at least Hollywood.
But isn't this the biggest version of them?
Yeah, this is what we said before, where they're like tweaking things, and we will get the better version
the
of
best
it.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's a good
And I
point.
highly doubt. I mean, there's people that have gone, but I think that's the minority, like a heavy minority than the majority of people coming here. And plus, if they liked it over there, if it's that good of a land, I don't think anybody's gonna complain and be like, "Oh, it's here too."
It'd be interesting because we'll obviously have someone with us who'll be able to compare with Japan.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see how it compares.
Yeah, which is good.
I just hope it's bigger, because I keep on seeing
So
videos
do I.
and people making fun of like the lands. Like, it looks like this, like influencers show it like this, but it's actually very small from what I've been told.
You said it was quite, because it's in a bowl as well, it
It's-
can be quite oppressive.
Yeah, because there's no airflow at all. That's my concern. Because it
Yeah.
got bad.
Okay.
Yes. This will be a store I like. Moonship Chocolates and Celestial Sweets are where guests can satisfy their cravings with a unique selection of sweet treats and more.
Yes. And we've got to try them. It's rude not to.
Of course. We better get saving,
Yes.
by the way, guys. You better get the limit on that credit card whacked up, Michelle, because we're going to need it.
I think the UUOP needs to get a credit card at
Yeah.
this point.
Get selling your feet picks,
There's
guys.
got to be money in there first off to... Anyway.
Like, let's just get the credit card. We'll figure out the money later.
Yeah. There will also be plenty of exciting entertainment, including various fountain shows throughout Celestial Park's 7 acres of water, where a multitude of fountains sway, dance, and even reach heights of up to 135 feet in the air, all to music and interactive lighting from day to night.
So this sounds
There we have
like
it.
World of Colour?
Perhaps, yeah.
Anyone? Michelle, have you seen
Yes.
World of Colour?
Yes. It's so good.
Does this sound like similar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I've heard it's very, very good.
I've seen videos.
It's very good.
Look, I think we figured out the mystery of what happened to the Lagoon show. We just moved it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, does
We
that
need to
mean
borrow
all...
a couple of these pipes here, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this mean all of a sudden we're just going to see like no water in the lagoon? Because
What,
we're going to borrow that as
studios,
well.
maybe.
Yeah. It's one long hose.
Oh, when the fountain show... yeah, one long hose. So when the fountain show's on, you just see the water just drop. Because
And
it's
it's
fucking
just
all
spout it
over
over
there.
to
And
Epic
then they bring it
Universe.
back when the
Yeah.
show's over.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 acres is a lot of water.
It is a lot
I
of water.
cannot visualize.
I don't measure my water in acres, but
No,
yeah.
It
no,
was
I
a
don't.
strange...
I wonder
yeah.
what the Epcot Lagoon, how big that is.
I'm going to look it up.
I can't even visualize how big an acre is.
Chris, please continue.
Yeah, it's a double half an acre. Yeah.
I just
So,
want to point out that this is how big this park is. We've been recording now for almost an hour, and we've only gotten through Celestial Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Epcot, the World Showcase Lagoon is 38 acres.
Oh, so this is a puddle then.
Yeah, basically.
It is only, it's a
Jeez.
fountain.
No, it says it's fountain shows throughout Celestial Park's 7 acres of water. Not a
So
fountain.
maybe
Oh.
closer to Islands of Adventures Lagoon?
Yeah.
I can't find the studios or islands one.
Well, while you look that up, we're going to take a quick ad break, and we'll be right back.
Man, we need a vacation.
Oh, I got this.
Whoa, that's awesome. But I was thinking something a little more adventurous.
Okay, how about this?
Yes! And how about some relaxation from Mama?
Oh, perfect. How did you do that?
Easy. Portkey Vacations.
For your next vacation, let Portkey Vacations take away all the guesswork and stress of planning. From air and hotel to theme park tickets and everything else in between, they've got you covered. Just visit PortkeyVacations.com and touch the Portkey to get started with your free, no-obligation quote request. With just one touch, and Portkey Vacations will magically take you wherever you want to go.
Welcome back. Lee still could not find that.
Useless.
Yes. So, continuing our look at the new details we've been given about Epic Universe, we find out about how we get to each land, which will be through a set of majestic portals that capture the imagination and creativity of each world. Even the entrance to Celestial Park has its own portal. But once into the hub, guests will embark on a transformative experience as they journey from Celestial Park over to...
Da, 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 da. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic, where guests will discover a different era of the Wizarding World in an all-new land that blends 1920s Wizarding Paris from Warner Brothers Pictures' Fantastic Beasts films with the iconic British Ministry of Magic from the Harry Potter series. Oh my God, I'm so excited about this.
So excited if they do not sell strudel.
See, I'm so disappointed.
I love Fantastic Beasts so
Yeah.
much.
So do I. We still haven't watched the last one. We've
No,
got it,
we
but we
need
haven't
to.
watched it. But I
You
wanted...
don't have to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I wanted...
Started off great.
I wanted to be New York, and I wanted... what's he called? The bakery.
Oh.
What's he called? I can't think what he's called.
I've got blank.
Wachowski. It's not Wachowski. It's something like that, isn't it?
Mike
It's been a long
Wazowski.
time since... Not Mike Wachowski.
Not Kowalski.
Wazowski. It might be Kowalski. Kowalski's Bakery. Anyway, whatever he's called.
Kowalski's, yeah.
Yes. I wanted that. That's the bakery. It was there. It was on a plate. I remember going to cinema to see that film, and they just give you the theme park land bakery there. It's just there. But yeah, this I wonder if this is the Ministry of Magic ride that we've been sort of
They
rumoured,
promised for you,
the like elevator system that moves up, down, back and forwards.
Yeah, it has to be.
But yeah, I'm
That'd be
excited
amazing.
for it. I love the Paris theme. They're obviously not too bothered because they know people. Fantastic Beasts is a bit of a dodgy franchise with the way it kind of petered out, but they've still encompassed it in there, which I think doing it the way they've done it, just using the Parisian theme for like the land itself, and then obviously flue powdering or portkey or whatever to the Ministry of Magic is probably the best way to do it. And the portal's amazing, by the way, with the big wizard hand with the wand on top of it.
Oh, it's absolutely glorious. Yes.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful scenes in the movies from Paris. Like I'm excited that they chose that ministry.
Yes.
It's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
It gives them-
especially with that
It's going to be
the
epic.
era of it as well. It's going to be epic.
It gives them a lot of scope for street entertainment as well. If you think about the second film, with a lot of what's going on in the streets and stuff, it gives them a lot of scope for streetmosphere, which I'm expecting a lot of at Epic Universe, honestly.
They've got to have the public bathroom in the British area with some kind of nod to it being a portal into the ministry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's how you have to get
and
in.
then the phone booth as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow transport you from outside of Diagon Alley over to Epic Universe.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Yes, so much scope for that one. Now it's Super Nintendo World.
Super
TM.
Nintendo World.
Ah.
What? Finally, the name is right.
Yay! You'll experience a new way to play, from challenging Bowser on Mario Kart ride to venturing through Donkey Kong Country and so much more. Guests will enter the iconic green pipe, and it's awesome, and discover a new way to play as they step into the worlds of beloved characters like Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, and Donkey Kong.
We're all so excited. Just like, I've done it. It's old hat. Now I'm bored.
Yeah, it's all right. Whatever.
I'm looking forward to it. You're going to be walking in with your power-up band from Japan. I got this in Japan, don't you know?
Yep.
You got to walk in
The
there
Donkey
with that.
Kong ride, is that a roller coaster?
Yes. Have you not seen it? So it's the cantilever one.
Oh my God.
The actual track that your car is on is underneath the track that it looks like you're on. So there's brakes in the track, and it's got like a boom arm that attaches the coaster car to the track underneath. So then there'll be sections of the track that disappear, and it looks like you're jumping over, but you're not.
It's
How
so
awesome.
It's
clever.
so cool.
Yeah. I'm
What
really
an amazing
excited for that.
like coaster to take your paranoid friends on.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Coasters. I do that with normal coasters. This is the perfect coaster to like mess with them.
Well, do you remember everybody freaking over
Hagrid's. Expedition Everest.
Expedition Everest. Yeah.
Yeah.
People actually thinking that, that was
Especially
hilarious.
if you're a proper and you get someone on there like, oh my God, the track's gone. What? And really play act it up as
You
well.
mean
What?
Like you?
Yeah, I would be. I
know.
would be that person.
Mario Kart, my advice is go on and then go straight back on, because you get off it and go, oh, that was great, but what? Because it's just, there's so much going on.
That's how I feel getting off Velocicoaster every time. Huh.
But you've got this new ride. So you've got a new ride, you've got this new story, but you've also got something to do, and you've got the visor on, and it's just so much, and it's over so fast, but I wasn't getting in line for another 80 minutes to go back through. But you're going to love it.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be our new Men in Black challenge.
Oh, it's just so colourful. I can't wait.
So our third land is How to Train Your Dragon at the Isle of Berk, where guests can soar with dragons in a colourful world filled with Viking adventures based on the wildly popular How to Train Your Dragon film franchise. Take to the skies and soar with dragons as you explore the colourful Viking village at the heart of Berk. Take part in wild boat battles, feast like a Viking, and more.
Yes.
If they can make this area look like Berk and have it on multiple levels, it'd be awesome.
I am stupidly excited for this, because I love Vikings anyway, and because of that, How to Train Your Dragon, I love it. So.
Everyone's been complaining for years when they bought DreamWorks, like, why haven't we got anything How to Train Your Dragon? Because you've been waiting for this.
and what
Exactly.
I'm seeing already from like aerial shots and stuff.
I hope they do the show that's out in Beijing, is
Uh-huh.
it? I think. Looks amazing.
If they don't, we'll just have to go to Beijing.
Yeah. And this is this, are we going to say this is the only legitimate sort of family-friendly land? I suppose Super Nintendo World is, but this one's
Yeah.
definitely, I'll expect sort of
It'll be
skew to
younger.
younger kids, whereas
Yeah.
the rest of them, not so much.
Perhaps, yeah. I don't know. Dark Universe could be, kids' land.
Yeah. Spoilers, by the way.
Yeah. Hey,
What, kids?
No.
universes that are dark. So next up, we have Dark Universe, where guests can encounter everything from the experience of Dr. Victoria Frankenstein to the shadowy landscape where monsters roam in a world of myth and mystery. Short but sweet.
This one I think most excited about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Even more than Harry Potter.
if you'd have asked me 5 years ago, I wouldn't have
Oh, you
been.
wouldn't
But
have.
yeah.
I want to go to this on a stormy, moody day because having that sort of cloud
Yes.
and atmosphere around you being in here, it's going to be awesome.
Well, that happens just about every day at Florida at some point.
Yes,
that's
that's
true.
true.
Yeah, this, this is the one I'm most looking forward to.
I'm loving the new iterations of the monsters
Yes.
as well.
Yeah,
You
because
know.
they've done some, haven't they, with Horror Nights where they've kind of updated them and they've looked a bit kind of.
Although I'm not sure about modernising Dracula because he's immortal.
Yeah, but he would move with the times,
hang
wouldn't
on.
he?
He didn't.
Well, he was a then, wasn't he?
I mean, he was a bit, but I love Dracula. Leave
I'm
him
excited about the dark ride that's going to be in this
Yeah.
land.
Yes.
alone. Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris, you haven't said which land you're most looking forward to as of yet.
Man, I'm a bit split between this one and How to Train Your Dragons.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah. Just the monsters one, just because it's after watching that video, kind of skewed me towards there. It's very dark and mysterious looking, but then the How to Train Your Dragon just kind of, I like the Viking stuff.
Yeah.
Reminds me of like Lord of the Rings era, that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of interested to see what people, how the people dress up, not full costumes, but they kind of theme themselves out to lands when they go to the park. So I'm excited to see how people dress up for this.
Yeah.
I'm so doing that.
Bounding. That's what it's Disney-ish, isn't it?
I'm doing that.
As we kind of talked about already, the portals are amazing. Look, I'm not bitter, but I've kind of mentioned it already. The certain select people that got that Kronos portal through the post last week, if they don't sell them, I'm going to be very annoyed because they are so cool.
Yeah. Not the people who got them.
Yeah,
You
I was
mean
gonna-
Universal
I was gonna
sell
say
them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to... Yeah,
Oh, we
If
need
you
one of
guys don't
those.
sell it, we're coming after you.
Yeah.
they're so awesome. And I think they're missing a trick if
Yeah.
they don't. Even if they sell like the main one and then the ones for each land, I think they would fly off the shelves.
Absolutely.
Even if they were like $100 each.
I think even if they made like a scaled down version, it would make it as ornate and beautiful, but a scaled down version,
Yeah.
people would buy it.
Because I like the fact, I said this to you, didn't I, when all this information came out? Because if you look at the portal to Super Nintendo World out in Japan, and I assume it's the same in Hollywood, it's just a green hole. Whereas these, they've added extra stuff on top of them. So it's like the wizard's hand with the wand, and then the Super Nintendo stuff poking out of that. And I can't remember what's on top of the Dark Universe one. There's like a dragon thing on top of there, and words. So they've elaborated on them much more than the ones out in the Super Nintendo World one out in Hollywood and in
man.
Japan for definite, which I like because it
We're not
separates
getting-
them off.
We're not getting the rough drafts here. We're getting the
No.
final edits.
yes.
We already know about the two Prime Valley resorts, the Stella Nova and Terra Luna. But we now have details of the Centerpiece Hotel of Epic Universe. Tracy?
Yes, we do. So the Universal Helios?
Helios.
I would say Helios.
Did I say Helios?
You and Lee have both said Helios. Me and Michelle have both said Helios.
I think Universal are pronouncing it Helios, to be
I
fair.
think it is Helios.
It's not Helios?
Helios.
Helios.
Anyway, LIOS.
Universal Helios Grand Hotel. With a dedicated and exclusive entrance into Universal Epic Universe theme park, you'll be transported to a fantastical world where heavens and earth unite at this full-service hotel, opening in 2025. That's handy.
Yeah.
See that gorgeous backdrop encircling Epic Universe? That's Universal Helios Grand Hotel, a full-service hotel for guests looking to go all out during their Universal Orlando resort stay.
So $1,000 a night then.
Named after the
I think
god.
it'll probably go higher than that.
Really?
Oh yeah, at least in the beginning.
Named after the god of the sun, Helios is where the heavens and earth unite. It's adorned with celestial patterns and constellation details in the decor and has a casual, elegant, Mediterranean-inspired feel throughout. Sensing a theme, are we?
I think it's
No?
going to feel a little bit like Portaventura, a lot of this, you know. I've never thought about it now, and I've thought...
Oh, wow, yes.
You think how, like, that entrance into Portaventura out into that village and then going down into... what was the Polynesian area?
Yes.
I think it's going
I
to
could well do.
very much feel like that.
I would love them to reacquire that property.
There's rumours, isn't there?
Yeah, that's been for years. This sounds beautiful.
Yes,
It
does.
really does.
I mean, it has to, doesn't it, really?
For the price point it's going to have, it's got to be. Well, it's using the word casual.
Well, we don't know what the price
It's got to be
point
luxury.
is.
We've seen the
It's gonna
size of this hotel.
It's gonna make Portofino look like a valley resort. All right.
And I know how much we paid a night to stay in that 2 years ago.
Is that 2 years ago?
Near,
Goodness.
well, yeah, a year and a bit.
Look at the prices of the two Prime Valley resorts, Stella Nova and Terra Luna.
Well, Gillian will be shouting now.
Yeah.
So Gillian, I'm going to defend you. She said she got it for at some point after it opened for like $189 a night. So she said you're full of Chris.
That's
But it's
First-
still a prime value
first of all,
hotel.
Yeah.
I have the same reservation with her.
All right.
And second of all, it's during the week. That wasn't a weekend price.
Ah,
But you
that
can
makes
still
a
get it at
difference.
that price is the argument.
Yeah, for during the week. You know how I can
Yes.
get a value Prime during the week at like Cabana? That's value
Yeah.
Prime, I think, right? I
Yeah.
can get it under $100 sometimes.
Uh-huh.
It's because it's like
Listen,
10 years old now.
I was looking at just was it 4 nights or 5 nights in it was February, like October, Thursday through Sunday or something like that. And I couldn't get Portofino for under $3,000.
Holy
four nights.
For
crap.
Jesus, we didn't pay that much for 5 nights.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like none of the premieres at any of the dates that I've looked at recently have been under $400 a night.
I think we might be going back off site day next time we go.
Rosen in, here we come.
Yeah, exactly. Doubletree?
No,
Park
like
bench?
I don't agree with
Chris.
this being that expensive. What?
Your
Sorry.
house. We'll stay at your house. Gillian, you'll put us up.
Yeah, I don't agree with it being that expensive, but I know it's going to be that expensive
Yes.
at least in the beginning because you're going to have that rush of people
Of
flocking
course.
to it,
Yeah.
paying
Oh, yeah.
an arm and a leg and not caring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've already started my savings account. So
Yeah.
Now, just throw it out there. What do you guys think? Let's say it's 2 years in, price stabilized to what it should be. What do you think? What do y'all guess?
For this, I still think you're talking comfortably 750, 800 a night, realistically.
I don't know that people are going to pay that
That's
far.
ridiculous.
Right?
Yes.
We paid, I'm going to put it out there, we paid $550 a night to stay at Portofino when
And I
we
went-
stayed there for the weekend.
Do you know, I didn't find out until we were actually
And it was
there,
mental.
and he told me, and I
Right?
went berserk.
Yeah. And
Right.
that's not in the park.
And that's just Portofino. That isn't your brand new signature inside the brand new theme park hotel. So I think you're comfortably looking at between 700 and 800 as like a bottom end price.
I mean, Michelle, you would know. What are the prices of I forget the Disney hotel names. The
Grand Californian at
no, the ones
Disneyland?
down here. No, like
What's the bigger? The distinct.
Like
Polynesian.
the Grand
not the
Floridian.
Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, right? That's one of
Contemporary.
their. Oh, the Contemporary is one of the
Yeah.
higher ones, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
What is that going ish?
Probably around 500. 500 on up, depending on whether it's a weekend or
Yeah.
a holiday.
But then
Have you
you've got-
seen that spike to 1,000?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
And that's an
But
old
like-
hotel.
It is a very old hotel. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you could be looking. I think, like you say, stabled out 700, but then anywhere up to 1,500 a night at some point, maybe. They might
I'll
surprise
get my
us.
pass holder discount at $675.
I don't know. I think that we might see it around 500 once it stables out a little bit, just for the low end and like weekdays. Because you have to also remember, yes, it has access to that one park, but you still have to take a bus to the other 3 parks. You know, it's not like you're on the water taxi route. You don't have any other exclusive access. Like, I don't know.
I'm going to have the flu powder network.
Most people staying at that hotel aren't going to give a crap about Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida for the first couple of years, to be fair. So that's probably not even in anybody's minds at this point. Like, if I'm staying at that hotel the entire time I'm there, I'll stay at Epic Universe. And then if I want to go to Studios and Islands of Volcano Bay, I'll just go and get a hotel up there for a couple of days.
I don't think you're the norm.
It's just made me a bit
We're
sad.
definitely not normal.
I mean, I do a podcast about theme parks and I'm nearly 50. I'm not normal.
Yeah. I think the average guest will see it as a week-long destination like Disney, and they'll want to hit all the parks.
Uh-huh.
But as I say, you just do a split stay. You stay at Helios, whatever, down there, and then you go and spend a couple of nights at...
Most people don't want to
Endless
split.
summer.
They don't want to move.
We
No,
do.
I don't-
You're
I
one
don't
of the
like
fewer,
doing
I
it.
think, people that would go to 4 hotels in one stay.
I don't want to. We
And
just
it's-
did it because we could.
Because
And it's not that far away. It's
Even if
literally,
not.
what, a 10, 15-minute bus ride? I mean, Disney, you can stay at a hotel and be a 30-minute bus ride from one of the
easily.
parks
Yeah.
because it's so huge.
Yeah.
So it's not really that big a deal.
I feel like when this park opens and this hotel, it'll be something similar to like a Volcano Bay, where the park's going to sell out.
yeah.
Right. By that time, we're going to get closer to reservation style stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because we kind of talked about that before. So you're going to get to that point, and this hotel will have a perk of, if you stay here, you're guaranteed entrance inside the park.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that alone, in the first couple years of a brand new state-of-the-art theme park in 2025, is going to be worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely.
Forget express passes. They won't even offer that. It'll
That's
be,
what I was gonna
you
say.
get to get inside the park.
Yep. Is
And
they
that's-
probably won't offer express passes to the other parks even by staying there. They'll only offer the guaranteed entry.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're like, you're so rich to stay here that you can buy an express pass as well.
Well, yeah.
No, I don't think they'll have them. I don't think they'll have express.
They won't have
No,
them
but
for
the
Epic,
other
no.
parks, you could pay for them.
No, I'm saying for the other park.
Yeah. I'm just feeling a little sad because I've just realised, the big, bright, shiny new park, and I think the other two are going to get people then going down, especially if the first time visitors are going to go to Epic, they're going to go to those two and go, ugh.
I've said that. And that
And I
worries
hate
me, and
that
that's
because
why
I love those parks, and that actually hurts my heart.
that's why they've spent so much time over the last 2 years redecorating. That's why there's been
Yeah.
walls up
I
everywhere
know.
to try and bring it up to somewhere near that standard. But it's like, it's weird. I think we talked about it last week, the week before, whenever we were talking about Lost Continent. Because anyone going to Epic who's never been to Islands or Studios for the first time is going to walk through Islands of Adventure and walk through Lost Continent and go, what the hell is this? There's like nothing here. It's been weird.
I feel like we've gone to the point, though, not we, but Universal, as a park, and you can see that in their pricing and everything, that a lot more people have been to the parks, right? Whereas, like, you would say, oh, most people have gone to Disney World.
Yeah.
I think I think we're nearing that of Universal.
Yeah.
Where, like, a lot of people have gone. So it's not like, oh, I just heard about this Epic Universe, let me go check it out. Oh, there's 2 other parks too. I don't think we'll see as much as that, just because, again, they've really kind of shined heavily in the past 5-10 years and have gotten up to a level as not Disney level, according to some, but it's up there.
Yeah.
My 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited to get the rest of the details about rides and attractions, but honestly, I'm really excited to just find out how the park's going to work. Like, we've kind of talked about it here, we don't know how ticketing's going to be. It's that type of thing I'm interested to find out, just how operations at this new park is going to work, as far as like virtual lines or express passes or just tickets and all of that. It's interesting.
Especially,
I can foresee them having like where you have to get entry times into each land.
To start off with, probably.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't stay like that, but yeah.
Well, it is in
definitely, it's
Japan.
gonna-
How long
Yeah.
has Super Nintendo World been open in Japan? 2-3 years, and that's
3
still they're
years.
still doing. The only way you guarantee getting in is with an express pass
That and
or
Harry Potter.
Getting a virtual line.
Yeah, it's
But
same
maybe
Harry
this
Potter.
is-
Yeah.
So maybe this is different because just like when Harry Potter Land opened up, right? We did that.
Christopher.
I know. Nintendo Nintendo opened up, they did that, or they're still doing that, but that's a new land within an existing park. This is a brand new park.
Oh yeah.
Where it may be a situation where everybody's just going everywhere, so they don't need to do that, right? Because it
true.
kind of naturally disperses it. Everybody wants to check everything out. And in fact, you may have a situation where like Nintendo World doesn't even have as long a wait as other parks because people have been to Nintendo World. So now they want to check out all the other things, which then leaves Nintendo World open in this weird, bizarro version, like, oh, empty.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, honestly. Very. But I am super excited right now. Not for my wallet, but for me, I am.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to persuade Lee, and I know it doesn't make any sense, but I'm trying to persuade him that we should be there for opening weekend.
I don't
Or
want to be
opening
anywhere
week.
near it there, to be
And
fair.
then, but knowing that we're just going to get to look. We're not going to get to do anything. We're just going to get to look, and then we go back when it's
Depends
quieted
when
down
it
a bit.
opens,
But
we'll see.
it's going to be
We'll see.
crazy.
I mean, you're going to be there for the weekender anyways, so, you know.
The epic weekender.
Are we still?
Epic
Oh, we're
weekender.
recording still? Oops.
Don't everyone's getting excited now. What?
What, the epic
that, cut that,
weekender
cut
over
that.
all 4 parks? The long weekender.
Anyway.
Tracy,
Yes.
can you hit me with another birthday?
Oh, as soon as you asked nicely. Oh, this one's a special one. This is an 18th birthday, so I demand that everybody raise a glass and have a slice of cake. Because on February the 10th, it is Alex Miranda's 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Alex!
Happy birthday, Alex.
Happy birthday, Alex.
18. I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything when you're in the US. You still can't have a drink.
Oh, no. I'll have 2.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that was a lot of talking about a park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very excited, though.
We're already an hour and 10 minutes in.
Woo! So I will keep this next part somewhat brief, just because we'll talk about it more in the upcoming weeks.
Yep.
Of course. Better.
So Mardi Gras just came back from it this past weekend, opening weekend, and I will briefly go through it. I wish, it's actually not a very detailed trip report because, funny enough, we didn't do too much, and that's because there were so many producers up there that weekend that we literally,
I know.
yeah, like the first day, Saturday, we only stayed in a quarter of Universal.
Wow.
Like we stayed in one area, just kept on repeating foods and just, oh, we're gonna get this drink. Okay, we're gonna do this. And then we just sit and talk for so long because everybody's there, which it's not a complaint whatsoever. It was the best time, like just to sit around and do that. But briefly, so we stayed at Sapphire. We got there Friday night, checked in pretty late. And there was a group of people there. So the Griswolds there, Jill, Kyle, and plus, and they were all just waiting outside of Strongwater for us to get there. And then we all went to Strongwater, shut that down because Strongwater.
Because
And,
Chris and Alexa.
Yeah, that's what it was. Boobs. So
Boobs.
Oh.
So we all got together. We met up the next day on Saturday. Met up even more. Tyler's came in as well, and we started eating.
There's a lot of food there this year.
There is a lot of food. So and I will say, I did while we were there. I did since there were so many of us. I kind of wanted to get just quick different insights of what people thought of the food.
Okay.
But I did a brief recording that we will play in an upcoming episode, and we'll discuss if anything.
Or if we don't, it'll be on our sister podcast. It'll be one or the other.
Yes.
Taste of Universal. If you're not listening to that, because their
You
next
should be.
episode's going to be not the next one, because the next one comes out 2 days time as this one comes out.
Yes.
But the episode 3 will be all about Mardi Gras. So it might be on there, it might be on here. We don't know yet.
I'm fighting for it.
Basically, the UUOP network is going to smash food into your face.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I will say, so an overarching thing that we all kind of agreed on was the food, like on initial like review of all the food, it looked like there was less offerings, and there was in certain areas, right? So one being like Brazil, and we never even made it to Brazil, by the way. But Brazil, I think only had like two items on there, and then a drink. Whereas before, I think it was like 4 items, right? They had the
cheese bread thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Which wasn't good, apparently.
My mind.
We were just watching the Pew 2, and they had it, and they weren't impressed.
Yeah.
No, he said it was a bit springy, didn't he?
Yeah, spongy.
Yeah, and there was no coccinia this year either, which is a bummer.
Love a coccinia.
Yeah. Well, do ya? Do ya?
All these new listeners are listening.
Me. I said coccinia.
Oh, in me. Perfect.
Wow. I mean, it was supposed to be an innuendo joke, not literally spelling it out for people.
An innuendo?
Ooh, Tracy. I will go over a few here, Tracy. One that just popped out in my mind is Colombia. They have a Colombian burger, which you're like, it's just a burger.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah, it does.
Really good. And I thought it was a little overpriced initially because I'm like, it's a slider for $10. And no, it's like two decent sized sliders in there, which equals a burger or more. That was fantastic. Also another big like hit, which I'm normally kind of picky when it comes to food, but the Philippines, they had these noodles there. And like I said, I'm just briefly hitting on some things because obviously Taste of Universal is going to go over this a lot further in detail, and the recording we talk about a little bit more. The noodles there with the chicken and everything, fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
That was great.
Did you get the tasting card? Did you get the food and beverage card this year? You did.
You have to, right? If you're a pass holder, you have to. And this is, I kept on telling everybody this, right? Which we have some money left over. We're trying to see if we can make another trip out there because I would like to stock up a little bit. You buy the tasting lanyard, 120 for $150 worth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would need one of those myself.
Right off the bat, that means you're getting 20% off of everything.
Yeah.
Throw your annual pass, which gives you 10% off. You essentially are getting 30% off all the food items.
Yeah.
And this tasting lanyard is a fantastic way to get a discount on something that you can never get discounts on, which is liquor.
Okay.
Right? Because you can buy your drinks. The second you buy your drink with this lanyard, guess what? You just got 20% off your drink. So it's a no-brainer. If you're an annual pass holder, get the pass, buy extras, because all it means is you're getting 20% off any future food and drink items.
Okay.
So never made it to Mexico, which I was pretty bummed because I wanted to try those quesadillas. We did New Orleans and the fried green tomato po' boys.
Oh, it looks so good.
I did not get that, but a bunch of people did, and they loved it. Yeah. There's one person in particular, and I won't name her, Joni, who had it multiple times, let's just say. And it's in the recording as well, so you'll get a little kick out of that.
Okay.
She absolutely adored it. They said it was perfect. Alexa had it as well. She loved it. I had the beignets. They also had an espresso martini, which was fantastic. And then you get your beignets, you dip it inside your espresso martini, and that's even better.
That sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, it's delicious. They even had this coffee drink, and we had a lot of coffee this trip. That's
sounds like you needed it.
Yeah, we did. It was like 3-4 a.m. nights. There was this other coffee drink. I forgot where. I have to look it up. But it was like a coffee, like an iced coffee thing, but there was coffee boba balls at the bottom.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
I know that sounds gross. Someone said,
well, I don't like coffee, so
okay.
Enough.
Well, that
right
would mean
my alley.
This was delicious, and it was so nice. Yeah, it was really good and refreshing. What else? You guys saw the picture I posted up of Francesca's
yes, the coconut bra. Yes,
that comes from the buko juice over in the Philippines, and she had that not once but twice. That's why she has the full bra.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Again, that Philippines booth was fantastic because not only was the noodles, right? Because it was like glass noodles with chicken and soy sauce. That was fantastic. But I know John Tyler got he called them the Oompa Loompas, but it's the crispy lumpias.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And they're like little pork roll thing. Yes.
Lumpia's gorgeous.
That's what I'd call
very,
Oompa
very
Loompas.
good.
Yeah.
He had it a
It's
couple times. I know he did describe
It's rice
that
wrappers.
buko. Wasn't a fan of the buko juice, and in his words, tasted like butt.
Nice.
So, or that the juice went through butt. I don't know, something like that. Talk to him about it. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But he ordered the lumpias multiple times and just had them by themselves. He said it was really good. Also, and Tracy, I don't know if you know what this ingredient. You know what pandan is? Pandan.
I do, and I can't think what it is.
Okay. Well, it's if you look at the Philippines booth, they have a pandan cheesecake, which it's a green cheesecake, and it kind of has like a almost like a gingerbread type of taste or like a cookie. The chef there just because I was asking the chef like, what the hell's pandan? And he says it's like an herb or a plant that they kind of ground and stuff, and that's where it kind of gets it. But there is no herbal or plant taste to this. It tasted so sweet, like it's a sweet plant, I guess.
So apparently, it can be known as fragrant screw pine or vanilla grass.
Yeah.
There you go. It was delicious.
It's quite common in Asia in the cake, and it's lovely.
It adds such a nice sweetness in there, so it doesn't.
But not
it does
too
have
sweet.
like a hint of vanilla when you taste it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't. It tastes like cheesecake, but it doesn't. Like it has like a little off variation of it, and it was so good. We had it a couple times. Had too many drinks to mention here. Category 5 was amazing as always. But yeah, you'll get a lot more food, into the food stuff. I will say overall, in the event, like I said earlier, less items, right? It felt like less items, and I was a little concerned about that. But the consensus between everybody, because we went to a booth, we try something, and we're like, all right, everybody, how is this? It was just banger after banger after banger. Everybody's like, this is great. This is great. Okay. So less food selection, much better execution and quality.
Yeah, because they're not spreading themselves as thin.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you're getting a lot better food quality items. I think the portions were good for the most part. The Germany booth was a little off. Germany was also fantastic. Forgot about that. But the prices didn't feel. I feel like there's been some other Mardi Gras years where you do kind of feel like you're getting shortchanged for the price that you're paying. And I think, and this is just my opinion, but I think they kind of hit a nice middle ground where you feel value for it.
Good.
I'm very happy with the food this year, and I think it's better than some of the previous years that we've had, which is, saying a lot. That aside, parade was great.
I was gonna say, Mardi Gras has just become a food festival now, isn't it? The parade's second fiddle to the
really
food
is.
now.
Well, like I said, Saturday we just spent in the corner of Universal, and by the time we were like, okay, let's move to the other side of the park, we're like, oh, the parade's now. Like, all right. And you obviously can't move too much then, but parade was fantastic. They had the stilt walkers and different groups in the parade coming out prior, getting the crowd hyped. We got to see some of the little 4-piece bands that walk around with the tuba and the trumpets and the drums. It felt very, very lively this year. And again, there's been some previous years where I think we've even mentioned how it was like lacking.
Yeah.
So this year, I think Mardi Gras is, at least opening weekend so far, is fantastic.
Awesome.
And I feel like it can only go up from here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
Gutted.
Well,
Literally.
you still got a couple more months. So
Yeah, no.
It's bad news when you sat at home on Saturday just watching TV and you get a message off Becky Tyler that says, "We're just about to jump on Hagrid's. Will you get over here now?" I'm like, I wish I could, but I can't.
It's like genuinely 95 to 98% of that menu I would eat.
Yeah.
And that's so rare for me.
look, you guys were kind of there, and I'll leave it at that. I'll let Becky show you. Yeah, you guys were missed.
Yeah.
And Michelle, when are
we
you
wish we were
going?
there.
She's not.
I was trying to get down there, but I don't know that I'm going to be honest with you.
I know.
Right now, I'll make it in the summer. That's all I know.
Oh,
Okay. Well, if you can go, I highly recommend, obviously.
I know. Krista wants to go. Krista wants to go for her birthday. She turns 13 on April 26th.
Oh,
So
she's
we were
old enough
thinking
to
about
try.
going down for her spring break, which is at the beginning of April. But I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. That's a lot of food talk. Tracy, more food.
Yes, more cake. Okay, we're gonna wrap up the birthdays with the final two, and on February the 15th, we have Corey Gentry's birthday. Happy birthday, Corey!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And the day after, on February 16th, we have Kristen Barrett's birthday. Happy birthday, Kristen!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kristen.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! So yes, everybody whose birthday's being called out, have cake. I demand it.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a show.
That was definitely
That
a
was
show.
a long one.
It was
Yeah.
epic.
That's what she said.
It was epic.
We got a lot of stuff to look forward to here, guys.
We definitely have.
Yep. And a long, hopefully prosperous Mardi Gras season.
Yep.
Oh yes.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up the show. Now, don't forget to send in your rankings for the 8 City Walk restaurants we ranked on episode 596. And of course, which stick gets your lick recordings. And you can send them to podcast@uuopodcast.com. But to end this show, we have a listener submitted fact about Fast and Furious. And this one comes from Jenna Lustinas. Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad.
How bad is it?
Fast and Furious Supercharged is so bad, even the Scooby Gang can't solve the mystery of why guests write it.
Hey.
Very good. Very good.
Good one, Jenna.
Yeah,
I love
send
that.
us your facts about how bad Fast and Furious Supercharged is to podcast@uuopodcast.com. And until next time, see you on the flippity flop.
Are you insane? Get out of here. The curse, it's real. The podcast is over. So, the Magi want you to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. For all the podcast news and articles, check out our blog at uuopodcast.com. Contact us by emailing us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, email us at uuopproducers@gmail.com. Silence! With your subscriptions, we shall rule for all eternity. Listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Not even the Magi can save you now. There is no escape. Your end shall be my beginning. Prepare yourself for your next trip by emailing Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. We hope you enjoyed your podcast. Please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the prepare to forfeit your souls. Check out the other podcasts on the UUOP network. Rush of Fear Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, and the Taste of Universal Orlando food podcast. So hey, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. I would have enjoyed this podcast a lot more if I had gotten my cup of coffee.